not exactly where people meet at the fucking Vinewood sign when you say Vinewood sign. But okay.
This is the Vinewood sign.
That's great. Usually when people say Vinewood sign, they mean down there. But okay. Jesus Christ. What's going on, C?
Not much. What are you doing driving the Primo around?
You're feeling it out because it's probably going to be mine at some point. It's a complete win-win in my book. The one of three. Bryce really wants the Lambo, and he's more than willing to not only do a trade, but willing to completely pay off the loan. So, regardless of how this works, you are getting your money. As long as his Lambo is in my possession. I like the way it handles. It is a 4-seater opposed to a 2-seater. It's fast. And I also feel like how do I put this, C? It fits me. Does that make sense?
You know Bryce isn't paying off the full loan, right?
Yeah, he is.
No, I already talked to him about it. I already knew about your trade.
Mm-hmm.
He's not paying off the full loan.
Okay, boo-hoo. I owe what, 50 grand?
150 grand.
I owe 450?
Did you not look at your sheet?
I'm sorry. Can we explain this again? Okay.
Yeah, okay. So the loan is for the amount of $325,000.
Uh-huh.
Okay. There's a 3% interest.
Yeah, why is there an interest, my man?
You want to talk to Mel?
Not really, but I'd like to ask you directly.
I just gave you your answer.
No,
it's a fucking loan, first off.
I know.
That's how they work.
And Bryce already offered me the money up front to avoid the loan to pay him back directly.
Then take his money.
No, I'm already going through you. I got no problem going through you.
Okay, but then what is the issue here?
I just think it's kind of weird that you're
Flop. It's a fucking loan. It's a loan, you piece of shit.
I know, but
I'm giving you the lowest interest rate available.
Hey, see, if you needed 350 grand, I'd give it to you until you pay me back over time. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I'm starting a loan agency. A loan fucking agency, Flop.
Would you take 2%?
You already signed the... Oh, my God. Why didn't you do this when you talked with Mel? Why? Why do you have to come to me weeks after we've already signed the papers?
He's like, would you take 2%, Mr. Calogero? It's space. Sir. I can't do it.
You had the chance.
That contract was a farce anyway.
What contract was a farce?
Listen. I don't care about the 3%. I really don't.
I'm about to shoot you in the head.
You're not going to shoot me. You're not going to fucking shoot me.
I'm about to shoot you in the head.
Listen to me, C, okay? So the way that this is working out, okay, is right now it is about 18.6 and some change a week to pay off the loan. If Bryce trades the Lambo for this and 300 plus on top, I'm only looking at the 150. When I sell the Vigero, or the Vigoro, that's another 70. If I owe you maybe a couple grand a week, it's a lot. Not to mention that this job offer I just took with Alan at Cluck and Bell, I'm getting standard 20 grand a week. And if I want to do deliveries myself a day, I could be making $55,000 a week on my dime. You will have your money. Not to mention the other management position I took today, or yesterday, excuse me, which I'm assuming is also going to have some contingency to some income through Alan as well. Not to mention that I will also be having a job, as the saying goes, quote unquote, tomorrow, as a senior salesman at Fastlane through SAB. I'm set in stone. You're gonna get your money. I'm not worried about the money right now.
You're the one making... Oh, my God. Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I'm just saying.
You got assistant managerial roles at both of these companies?
I got manager, either assistant manager / co-owner of Cluck and Bell.
Well, here, can you... Take my glasses for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's gonna headbutt the fucking tree.
Yeah, pretty hot.
There you go.
Thanks. Assistant managerial role.
Huh?
And yet you're the one coming to me talking about the money issue.
Listen to me. I'm just saying, I think the 3% works. I just think that it's a pretty big loan. And I think that, you know, maybe a lesser interest would probably be a little bit more suitable for both parties.
Hey, Flop.
Uh-huh.
You have gone in 6 different circles, and each one was in a different direction. You've drawn a pentagram out of circles. I don't know how.
Skill and precision.
I'm dumbfounded. Dumbfounded. Okay? At how you come over here telling me everything's gonna be okay. Then you question the 3%. Then you say it's all right, don't worry about it. And now you're asking why the 3%'s still there. Flop,
It was just a
Flop,
hyper.
how in the fuck are you gonna be a manager for a company, okay, or assistant manager when you guys go to sit down and talk money, and then all of a sudden the boss is like, "All right, Flop. So how was our interest rate this month? Did you make it 3%, 5%?" You're like, "I didn't see a need for an interest rate."
I'm just saying, you know, as homies, as friends, I thought, you know, maybe Calogero would do me a solid and drop it down a little bit. But I understand. I still want to give you the interest. Just, you know, I thought maybe, you know, it would help me out. But I'm still willing to do the yes.
I'm just checking how far this fall is. I want to see if I'll break my neck when I jump. For the love of God, kid. When you've discussed something with someone, don't try to make it go worse. Keep that in mind for business. You're smarter than this. You already signed the paperwork. There's no change in that. And I gave you that opportunity when you sat down when you talked with Mel. That was your opportunity to fight things. I have no control of that part.
I thought it was already set in stone, honestly. I was unaware that that was the opportunity there.
Yeah,
I thought
that was it.
I thought that was an intervention. Honestly, I didn't sign up.
Intervention?
Yeah, I thought Mel just didn't want me to. I thought honestly, the way that worked out was I thought first it was a porno. Then I thought it was, you know, I'm worried about you, Flop, and, you know, your money management, because you're always talking about it. And I didn't actually see that being like a proper meeting, but I understand.
At my house? In the office?
Listen, it seemed more like a stage for a porno. I don't know what to tell you.
Can you shut your fucking phone off? Fucking disrespectful sack of shit.
All right, it's on mute now.
Listen. If we had the meeting in Bryce's mansion while I was pretending to interview her for a fucking casting couch, all right, I can understand you laughing it off. We went to my home. We sat down in my office. Obviously, that was a serious meeting. She ran numbers by you. I understand
but
you have a tendency to bounce around from thought to thought very quickly and get tired of listening after 10 minutes. But when it comes to business, especially moving forward for you, especially if you're going to be taking care of not only Fastlane, but Cluckenbell, you need to sit down and listen to everything people tell you.
I think it would have been
everything.
No, I agree. I agree. I'm just saying, if the conversation started at your house with, is the 3%, how do you feel about the 3%? It would have been a different story, but that was never brought up. It was just, okay, it's going to be 3%, and this is how much you owe. It was more of a review than it was, I felt, a time to speak my mind. I'm okay with paying it. At this point, I am now in a position where I'm okay with paying it. However, if we're going to talk about the way that meeting went, I guess maybe I misread the way that I saw it. I saw it more as an opportunity for Mel to speak her mind. Out of concern.
You know, today I sat down, I talked with Edward. All right. Not Enigma.
Uh-huh.
And he made me want to bash my head against the wall. I sat down. I'm talking with you. You're making me want to bash my head against the wall. What is it with people and not understanding the simplicities of a conversation? Flop. I understand you're willing to pay it back. I wouldn't give you the money if you couldn't pay it back. There would have been no way in hell. Even talking Mel into giving you that money was difficult enough as it is. When she was there and we were talking, that was your opportunity to say, hey, see, Mel, I don't think 3% is going to work. Can we do 2% at a longer time? But that's all business. That's all this is business. You got to get used to that. Especially with the two businesses you're going to be assistant managers of. You're going to be working alongside Shane Powers over at Cluckenbell. All right. And then you're going to be working alongside fucking Leah, I'm pretty sure, over at fucking Fastlane.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I manage and run the 1068 too.
The what?
The 1068. It's the...
The fuck's that?
Do you remember the place that LJ used to do his gambling at? Across the street from the Little Soul?
Yeah.
Mr. K owns that place, and he had an idea as to how it should be ran. Mr. K was looking for workers, went through Sahara. Alan's kind of overseeing the whole thing, and he asked me if I was willing to manage it, make sure the operation was running smoothly, and to make sure that, you know, people were good. So that'll eventually get picked up. Pause the music for now.
Just remember, these people aren't going to be as nice as I am. When it comes to you, all right? They when it comes to their money, they're going to want one thing and one thing only, and that's, well, their money, you know? You're the one playing with it. It might seem like a game, or, you know, it might seem like, okay, it's just work, easy peasy. Mr. K's not going to have a problem digging a 6-foot ditch for you and burying you in it.
That's the problem, is that Mr. K doesn't give a shit. Alan told me that himself.
Yeah? What happens when money starts going missing because one of your workers isn't paying attention?
Alan is managing the entire business.
Alan can't get his hands dirty.
Alan runs Sahara. He is there in Sahara.
Alan is a COO of Sierra.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I know. I spent a long time talking with Nino.
Okay. But you see where I'm going with this, right? He has the management for money, interest, and everything. He's running the operation. The only thing I'm doing is making sure everybody is essentially doing their job. Money is going to get put through Alan. I don't ever have to see the dime.
Flop, I just wish you luck on it, all right, bud? Just play it smart.
I know exactly how I'm getting into it. I'm not...
Sounds like you turned down my offer, and now you're getting the same ones from other people. I hope you understand that.
What offer did... I'm sorry, what?
You're going to be running things for Mr. K and Alan. You're going to be running things for Fastlane, which is Sab. Do you know what any of these people do outside of that?
I don't know. See, what do they do?
That's for you to find out.
Yeah? At least I'm working legal jobs. I got my fucking expungement, and I'm happy with the girl I love. And I'm sorry that I'm happy. Thought maybe you'd like to hear.
Flop, I don't know how you're taking that. Is me not being happy for you?
No, that's exactly how I'm taking it right now, because apparently you feel demeaned by the idea that I'm taking a job offer that I got because it was legal opposed to illegal.
All I'm saying is, keep your hands clean.
They're gonna stay clean. I wouldn't have gotten the expungement unless that was my intent. I'll talk to you soon, see?
I doubt it.
That turned out. Fucking Calogero, dude. What did I just miss? I think a falling out. I think is what just happened. Essentially what just happened is that Flop is happy And Calogero is demeaned and upset and bothered by the fact that Flop is taking up someone else's offer and not his, by essentially saying that, by also saying, hey, you know, what the fuck? I offered you something. And, the disconnect there for Calogero is that Calogero wanted Flop for something that was entirely illegal. A criminal behind a legal business. Well, Maya, that's exactly what it is. That's why Flop is not worried. That's why Flop kind of played it off, right? Chandler, fuck, random. I just read your message. I was gonna say Calogero. Started with a C. What's up, random? How you doing, dude? So what just happened was that Flop understands the business. The difference is that Calogero wanted Flop to do things that were entirely illegal, to the point, hold on, to the point where Calogero was genuinely upset with the fact that Flop was getting his expungement. He's like, I'm worried about your expungement. Yeah, well, since the expungement, Flop has 3 jobs on the table now, including Harmony. And he's going to be able to pay back the loan in full. The only thing Flop went there to do was to say, hey, listen, why is it 3%? Let's talk a number. And instead of Calogero saying, oh, hey, you know, it's okay. Now, yeah, Flop's approach was terrible. And that was the idea, was that Flop was supposed to sound like he was unmanaged as fuck. Except, the intent there was that he was going to get a profit regardless. And Flop would have been able to pay it up front with a less interest, opposed to paying it over time. There was contingency there. Now that things have changed on the table, that Flop is now able to actually offer every dollar that Calogero is looking for up front. Calogero cannot accept that. Hey, what's good, Bryce?
Hey, sorry for running off on you like that. Jasper Saxon was on the phone with me, threatening to stab me for my political position.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's fun.
Nice.
Man, I was doing so well without having any serial killers trying to fucking stab me, and then I become the governor, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's the governor? I could probably get a lot of money for stabbing you, which doesn't make sense, but whatever. So yeah, I had to dip out of there, but did you get ticketed for anything, or?
Nope, they had to end up going. They were trying to have a, they were fucking drug sniffing your fucking car. I was like, what the hell?
They did that to me yesterday, too.
What the hell? I also just had a falling out with Calogero because he's kind of a piece of shit.
Okay.
So
are we learning this now?
No. It's more the idea that since yesterday I got an expungement and literally, Bryce, 3 job offers. I could be making 55 grand a week if I wanted to, on top of Harmony, on top of the other pay for management at the 1068. And I asked Calogero, I said, you know, not for nothing, since things have changed, would you be willing to maybe drop the interest from 3% to 2%, and I could pay you up front when I get the Lambo, and I make the deal with Bryce? And he goes, well, I know the deal with Bryce. He's not paying you for the full loan. I said, no shit, genius. But the idea is that I could actually pay you up front instead of paying you over time. Instead, he took that as a 2% over time. I said, why is there interest at all?
Flop, I'm just gonna stop you there. It's 300K, all right? It's 300. You're borrowing $300,000 from Calogero?
Yeah.
Okay. Forget Calogero. I don't know why we didn't do this in the first place. I will just straight up give you the $300,000. Like, not for, I mean, no, for keeps. That way you don't, there's no middleman, right? It's just my money to you, not my money to Calogero.
So in other words, I'm
not, no interest. I'm giving you $300K to help get the car, and then we're trading cars.
Okay.
No interest rate. Okay.
Done. That means I gotta get my money back from Calogero.
Call him back. Tell him you want your money back. Tell him you're not going to do the deal.
Well, he's gonna claim I signed a fucking contract. In which case,
did you sign a contract?
I don't remember if I did. If I did, there was nothing. There's nothing official. I'll take it to fucking court if I have to.
Okay. Well, call me back. I need to call Andy. She's panic calling me.
All right, no problem. I'll talk to you soon.
Keep me updated. Keep me updated.
Yeah, will do.
Hello.
You made up a good point.
What point?
The point that, you know, I should just take Bryce's money.
You know what, Flop? You do what you want, pal. All I was trying to do was trying to protect you with what I was trying to tell you. First off. Second off, it's not me being salty because you decided that you wanted to take other jobs. I'm proud of you for taking the job with Cluck and Bell, and I'm proud of you for taking the job with Fastlane. All I'm trying to do is keep you out of harm's way and tell you that everything isn't just as legal as you thought it was with the people you're working for.
Hey, Calogero.
Yeah, what's up, Flop?
You know I was a manager for a company with lean boys who quite literally, I never saw Sab because every time I saw him for a manager meeting, he ended up grabbing his fucking PDAR and saying, gotta run. I know exactly what I'm getting into.
I understand that. I understand that. But you're saying that they're going to be all legal jobs with the people
My
that I had.
end is legal. My time in BBC, I know damn well the money I was getting from pay did not come legally. I know damn well the people I worked for were not legal people. The difference is that my position to the police is legal. And I know that everyone else's position in any job I will ever take is not going to be legal. It is going to be dangerous work regardless of who I'm working for. The bottom line is I do my job and I do it right. Right?
That's fine.
All I tried to come to you with, and I know I explained it pretty fucking poorly, was that not for nothing, but if I can get the money up front and pay you up front, would you drop it to 2%? This way I can pay you up front and there's no payment over time. You get your money up front with a lesser interest. But instead, it makes no sense. Bryce offered me the 300, the 325. We could cut out the middle entirely. I get my 275 back from you. We call it good. If I ever need a loan from you, which very fucking good chance I might in the future, I'm more than willing to come to you. But for this car deal right now, I think that having the middleman is completely not suitable.
You're gonna have to talk with Mel, so give her an email because you signed her contract.
Where's the contract? What was that contract?
With that payment and everything. Do you not remember taking a photo with me in front of at the bank and all that?
For the check.
And what did we talk about when you signed that check? Do you remember, Flop?
Not a fucking clue. Because if you remember correctly, it was kind of rushed.
You cut out. So if you said anything, I didn't hear fuck all.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. All I heard was it was kind of rushed, but I think you were trying to say more to that.
No, I was just saying it was kind of rushed, and we were kind of tight on time. There's not much I really remember. I remember just doing it to get it done.
Okay. So when you signed that paperwork, we discussed that there will be an interest rate on top. It'll be signing the contract for all of the loan. That was just the photo for you passing over that $275,000 check.
And the loan starts at transfer of the car. There is no car.
And whose fault is that?
That's Alan's fault. There's no car in hand. I haven't begun paying my loan. This isn't like I'm already starting the loan. Guess what? Boo-hoo. You know, I'm shit out of luck. I don't even have the car yet. At this point, this was a gamble to find out if I'm even getting the car. As of right now, I don't even know if I'm getting the car. Because Alan's going to take his time. Mr. K's going to take his time. And at this point, it'll be weeks down the road, and I'm going to be out 275. At this point, there's a very good chance I may just bail on the entire interest of the Lambo and figure something else out. I know that...
What are you going to do? Try to buy Bryce's Primo?
No, I'll probably just go to Vinny and go buy his car.
With what, 600K?
The 275 that you're going to give me back, and then Bryce is going to front me the 300.
Yeah, and you think that he's just going to be like, okay, you know,
yes,
just whatever you want. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's the way I see it right now. Vinny's already offered me the car. He said, just give me a call back whenever. Okay. So if that's the case and things were to go AWOL, I have a backup plan. If you need me
All
to
right.
email Mel and speak to
You
her.
email Mel, and then I'll transfer what you need.
All right.
Bye, Flop.
Bye. So here's the catch. Is we kind of bullshit see a little bit because Flop's not getting the Datsun. Flop's getting the Lambo, and Alan is willing to front to $200,000 for the Lambo. I'm not worried about getting the Lambo, but for C's sake, the fact that Flop has a backup plan gives some form of confidence, right? Hey.
Talk to me.
Oh, God. Sorry, the door wasn't exactly closed all the way. It did just fall out of the car. Anyway, so she said, well, do you remember the contract you signed that said that, you know, when you pay over the money, it's the start of the loan? I said, yeah, we start the loan on the day of purchase of the vehicle, correct? He goes, yes. Okay, so I don't have purchase of the fucking vehicle yet. There is no vehicle. So the loan hasn't actually started. I gave you money to hold for the purchase of the vehicle, which is not going to happen anymore. Now it's I told him, I said, at this point, if I don't even get the car, which was bullshit, I'm gonna get the car. But for C's sake, I told him, I said, at this point, I may just bail out of the car. I may just want my money back. So, which...
Okay, so he's not giving you the money back.
He wants me to send Mel an email and explain to her how this is working because he thinks I signed a contract. I'm gonna have to lawyer up, and I got no problem with that. I can grab a lawyer and explain to them the situation and explain to them the financial situation. It wasn't really a legal binding contract. It was signed on a fucking notepad with a selfie picture. So to prove transfer of the money via check. So I don't even think it was a legal contract.
Okay.
I'm not too worried.
Email Mel. Keep me updated.
Yeah, no problem. I'll let you know.
Lawyer up, you say?
Yeah. Except it's really unfortunate that, you know, I'm going to be going through you for financials now, which puts you in a situation where, you know, we're kind of... It's not going to work, Bryce.
First of all, you shouldn't have given him the money in the first place already yet. It should have been the car thing. Second of all, I don't get how he thinks that you owe him money already when you didn't even get the car yet.
Shit. That's the whole thing.
Email Mel. Keep me updated. I'm sticking around. I'll be around for the rest of Tsunami and a little bit afterwards.
Okay.
Let me know. Okay.
No problem. I'll let you know.
I'm sorry this is happening.
It's dumb. He's being a little stingy with the fucking money. That's all. He wants the money.
Surprise.
I told him I'd go to him for loans in the future, but for this right now, it makes no sense to go through a middleman.
Okay, listen. First of all, we shouldn't even have a middleman. Second of all, fuck C. Third of all, I will happily have your money by the end of the day and give it to you.
Okay.
Okay?
That's as long as I get my 275 back from C. So let me go and
get your
email Mel.
275 back. Okay?
I will talk to you soon. That sounds bad. Bye-bye. All right. Well, this got interesting. Laku, how you doing? Well, Sephi, that's what I need. That's what I need to explain in the email here to Mel, and I'm gonna read you guys out loud how the whole email is gonna go. So can I show this? I guess technically I could. We could do it like this real quick. and then I'll just send it over. Hold on. We'll do it like this real quick so you guys can see what I'm about to type. Go to my drive real quick. Let's go to this one. Let's go here. And then you're gonna see a big white screen for a sec. Bam. All right. So let's do this. Greetings, Mel. Greetings, Melanie. I just had a conversation with Calogero regarding the loan payment, and I offered him, I offered to pay back the entirety of the loan up front with a lower interest. However, there was miscommunication, and what's up, Renan? How you doing? All right, so I just had a conversation with Calogero regarding the loan payment, and I offered to pay back the entirety of the loan up front with a lower interest. However, there was a miscommunication. Yo, Carl, how you doing? What's going on? Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. There was a miscommunication, and and apparently, according to Calogero, when I signed over the check for the $275,000, that it was held so Calogero could buy the vehicle, transfer it into my name under a new title, and then the loan would begin. Due to complications with the offer, I am emailing you to respectfully turn down the loan offer, considering the loan has not begun since there are already complications with the vehicle getting into anybody's possession. Fuck. Oh. I just had a conversation with Calogero regarding the loan payment, and I offered to pay back the entirety of the loan upfront with a lower interest. However, there was miscommunication, and apparently, according to Calogero, when I signed over the check for $275,000, that it was held so Calogero could buy the vehicle, transfer it into my name under a new title, and then the loan would begin. Due to complications with the offer, I'm emailing to respectfully turn down the loan offer, considering the loan has not begun since there are already complications with the vehicle getting into anybody's possession. Calogero has asked me to email you and explain the situation. Hey, no problem by the professor, right, dude? God damn it. Okay. Sorry, my brain's going. Calogero has asked me to email you and explain the situation, and I feel, due to circumstance, this is probably the safest bet as of right now. There's miscommunication, apparently, according to Calogero, when I signed over the check, that it was held, that the loan would begin. Hold on. This is also important to note. That the loan would begin
Actually, I guess I kind of explained that already. That it was held so Calogero could buy the vehicle, transfer it into my name under a new title, and then the loan would begin. Due to complications with the offer, I'm emailing to respectfully turn down the loan offer, considering the loan has not begun since there are already complications with the vehicle getting into anybody's possession. Calogero has asked me to email you and explain the situation, and I feel due to circumstances, it's probably the safest as of right now. In the future, I'll even say this. I recently took up a few jobs that happen to be very good and I think will show great progression as time goes on. I would be more than willing in the future to offer or to go through your loan service as time goes on. However, in this current situation, I don't see how I don't see a resolution, at least until I figure out what is happening with the Lamborghini. Okay. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing back soon. Flop. Okay. Read it back. We got this. That was our money. The 275K was not part of the loan. It wasn't. The 275K was Flop's money. The loan was 325 with the 3% interest. Right? So when I started with 275, that it was held so Calogero could buy the vehicle, which came from my bank. Actually, hold on. However, there was miscommunication apparently according to Calogero. This is a long fucking sentence. Let's not do that. Okay. Let me read this back. Let me really also Shark, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Greetings, Melanie. Sorry. I just had a conversation with Calogero regarding the loan payment, and I offered to pay back the entirety of the loan up front with a lower interest. The entirety of the loan, $325,000 up front with a lower interest, at a 3%. At 3%. Upfront with lower interest. However, there was miscommunication. Apparently, according to Calogero, when I signed over the check for the $275,000, that it was held so Calogero could buy the vehicle at the time, transfer into my name under a new title, and then the loan would begin. Due to complications with the offer, I'm emailing respectfully turn down the loan offer, considering the loan has not begun since there are already complications with the vehicle getting into anybody's possession. Calogero has asked me to email you and explain the situation. I feel due to circumstances, it's probably the safest as of right now. I recently took up a few jobs that would happen to be very good, and I think it will show great progression as time goes on. I would be more than willing in the future to go through your loan service as time goes on. However, in this current situation, I don't have a resolution, at least until I figure out what is happening with the Lamborghini. Thank you for your time. I look forward to hearing back soon. Flop. I think this covers all ground. I think I covered all ground. Right? I think we got it. Also, we got a text. I hope it's Calogero that just says... You kidding me?
Hello?
Asking for Vinny's number?
Yeah, I'm looking to buy the ball of LE. Why?
Okay.
The fuck's wrong with you?
I don't know. I talked about Vinny, and I'm frustrated. That's all.
You talked about Vinny and you're frustrated because...
I don't know. I thought maybe you were gonna reach out to Vinny about it.
About what?
I don't know about the Datsun.
Why in the fuck would I care about you and your fucking Datsun? You already made it plain as day you don't give a fuck about what I have to say, so fuck off.
Oh God, Calogero. Oh well. Here's the thing, is that Calogero is upset because Flop... All right. I think this is good. I think I proofread this enough. I think this covers all ground. I think this is good. Okay. I think that's good. I think this covers most ground. Okay, well, Polar's gonna get a fucking list from Flop. Just sent the email. This ought to be fun. All right. Fuck that shit, dude. So the reason why Flop is blowing off Calogero the way that he is because Calogero is getting involved in something that Flop doesn't want to be involved in. Also, Neon, how you doing? What's going on? Draco, I hope you're having a great day too. Also, Rennet, how you doing? So let's talk for a minute. The issue right now with Calogero is that he even said he's not upset, but clearly he is bothered by the fact that he thinks Flop isn't seeing the bigger picture. Flop has seen the bigger picture. Belittling Flop is only going to irritate him because belittling him makes no sense. Flop was a manager at a company. Flop is being offered management positions at these companies. Flop is being offered jobs at all these companies that clearly are being ran by gangsters, okay? That is very obvious. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I truly believe that Draco okay. That I did see Draco. I'll get to it in a minute here. We're in a very heated moment. I got this, okay? I'll get to it, I promise. Thank you for reminding me. So essentially what is entailing is that Calogero is upset because Flop would rather go legal than illegal, right? And Flop noticed the disconnect with Calogero when he turned around and said, "I'm worried that you're getting your expungement." Really? I mean, I think it's looking pretty good from here, right? That's just the way Flop sees it, though. Is he's getting all these job offers, and even if they don't stick, being legal is way more powerful than being illegal. And if you remember correctly, the reason why Flop stands by that is because Claire was the one to actually tell Flop about that, about the stash house. If you remember correctly, Flop was offered a stash house, and Claire said herself, and I quote, "Being legal is way more powerful in Los Santos than being illegal," which is why she wanted to go through Flop. Flop couldn't at the time because he had a problem with the cops, wanted to raid his house for LSD, and honestly, he thought it was going to happen. So he was worried about having it in his name. Bryce is literally offering 0% interest, straight up 300 for the car. Trade for the car. There is absolutely no point on a loan. All right, that covers the cost of everything. There is no issue now. Flop went to Calogero and tried to make the interest work by offering a 2% or lower to up the money front the money. Holy fucking shit, I can't talk. Front the money with a lower interest, and Calogero said you already signed a contract. Well, the difference is that the contract was signed, but the way that Flop sees it is that, well, yeah, the loan was signed for the loan at the start of in purchase of the vehicle. And the reason why Flop isn't concerned is because he doesn't even know if that was really like a legal contract that went through anything. And if Flop has to lawyer up, listen, he has to lawyer up. He's willing to go through the loan company in the future, but for this current situation, Flop only gave him the 275 because at the time Calogero was going to be around, Mr. K was going to be around, and Alan was going to be around in order to purchase the vehicle. And here we are, weeks later, and no one knows what's happening except Flop threw away $275,000 and is currently sitting in an account where it's not being used. So if Flop has to, he is more than willing to turn around and say, okay, listen, I'm going to get a lawyer. But Flop is going to be turning down the loan entirely because Bryce is already offering a front deal. And this is actually a trade between Alan and Flop, and then Flop and Bryce. Calogero is in the middle. Calogero is literally in... Okay. I hope you guys are ready for art class. Art class is going to be bomb. It's going to be fire. This is going to be great. All right. Welcome to art class. I am your artist. Not really. So, we have... Ready? We have Mr. K, who's got the Lambo, okay? Mr. K has the Lambo. Then we have Alan. Oh, Alan. Then we have Calogero. That was a bad G. That's a G. That's not what I wanted. That's good enough. Then we have Flop. Then we have Bryce. Okay. The Lambo originally, with everything how it worked out, I actually want to do this real quick. Make this a little easier. Hold on. Do this. Actually, that's not gonna work. Let's move these over here. Move the Lambo over here. Not really gonna fit. Hold on. This way it all makes sense. Okay. So the Lambo originally was supposed to go from Mr. K, okay, to Alan. Alan was going to give it to Calogero because Flop wasn't going to be around. So it was going to go to Calogero. Calogero was going to give it to Flop. Flop's going to trade the car to Bryce. Okay. That's how this was originally supposed to go. Except when you break this down, Bryce is now willing to offer the 3%. Or take out the 3%. Okay. So now in the grand scheme of things, we take out the loan entirely. Okay. You're now left with, ready for this? You're left with Mr. K is going to give the car to Alan. Alan is going to front the money to help get the Lambo. And now he's going to give it to Flop. Okay. Flop is now going to trade the car with Bryce. Bryce is going to front the money. No loan, no nothing. 1-for-1 for the car. Flop doesn't have to owe shit. Okay. You completely get away. Quite literally. Wait. This right here. The difference here is that Calogero in the end is only 3%. That's it. He's only 3%. If you get rid of this, you are still left with the same exact fucking bracket. Just the difference is now your 3% is gone. There is no more interest. Now it goes from Mr. K to Alan to Flop to Bryce. There's no reason to have the loan now because Bryce is willing to front the money. And Calogero doesn't want that. And the way that Flop explained it, I did it the way I think the character would have explained it, and that was terribly. So I think that I think the way that this ends up working out is that C wants us to think on her feet like a businessman, right? Okay, well, like a businessman, Bob doesn't see a point in going through a middleman for a car that is quite literally going to get traded with Bryce anyway. So someone should tell Flop Ponzi schemes are illegal. I don't even know what a Ponzi scheme is. And honestly, I'm keeping it simplistic here, but I'm hoping that Polar sees that and reacts to it the way I think she's gonna react, because if she comes back with an email that says you've already signed a contract, it's going right to a lawyer. Exactly. Mr. K still has the car. If Mr. K ever comes around with the car, which at this point I don't even think is going to happen, I'm being optimistic about it, but realistically for the character, I don't think it's gonna happen. There is no point in Calogero holding Flop's money to begin with, because it was Flop's money. It was supposed to start when we got the car, and that's what we explained in the email to Mel. And what's going to be really shitty is that Flop doesn't want to have to take Calogero to court or Mel to court, because this is going to be a huge falling out. But don't tell someone that the loan begins when you get possession of the car. Okay, well, we don't have possession of the car, right? And the way Flop sees it is that Flop has been negative $275,000 since the start of this. And just to be clear for you guys to understand, all right? I trust my community. I trust you guys. I trust Calogero's community, or Greg's community, and I obviously trust Bryce's community. Okay. There is no hard feeling on any of us. Okay. I love these fucking guys to death. If anything, this is a little drama to sear on top, and it's going to be good. All right. There's no bad blood between any of us, and I promise. And if I find out that anyone's causing bad blood, you get in the boot in everyone's channel. I can promise you that. But you mean there's no actual beef? Yeah, exactly, Misha. There's no actual bad blood. We trusted. I trust you guys. Yeah, of course. Listen, I can't account for everybody, right? I'm not responsible for any of you, really. But I can tell you what not to do, and if you go and do it, it's not my fault. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, I love Greg. I think that this is a cool way. The way that Flop explained the 2% loan to pay up front was a very poor way, but it was to show that Flop really just doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Obviously, going to see after agreeing to a 3% was stupid, and he knows that. And the way that he explained it was awful, but it was funny to make it awful. I trust in Chris and in Reed's underwear. No ribs, no ribs. I'm sorry. I'm gonna read this to Bryce real quick. I wonder if Bryce would listen to this. Let's see if Bryce would be willing to listen to this. I don't trust Reed's underwear. Does he change it?
Go for Brill Miller.
Hey. All right. So I just sent the email off to Mel. I'm going to read it back to you real quick if you want.
Okay.
So you can understand. I said, greetings,
Okay.
Melanie. I just had a conversation with Calogero regarding the loan payment, and I offered to pay back the entirety of the loan, $325 at 3% up front with a lower interest. However, there was miscommunication, and apparently, according to Calogero, when I signed over the check for the $275,000, which is what I gave Calogero, I guess so he could front the rest of the money for the Lambo. It was to be held so that Calogero could buy the vehicle at the time, transfer it into my name under a new title, and then the loan would begin. So essentially it's a little wordy, but essentially I gave him the money. He held on to the money because he was going to see Alan before me. So he was going to essentially buy the car and just give it to me. I said, due to complication with the offer, I'm emailing to respectfully turn down the loan offer, considering the loan has not begun since there are already complications with the vehicle getting into anybody's hands. Calogero has asked me to email you and explain the situation. I feel due to these circumstances, this is probably the safest as of right now. I also explained that I recently took up some certain jobs and I'd be willing to go through her loan. I'm not going to go through C. I'll go through Mel.
Just go through me. You don't need to go through anyone.
No. Hear me out.
Okay.
It was a nice way of saying if I ever need a loan, I'll go to you. More as a nice way. I don't plan on going through them.
Okay, then word it that way, because the way that you just explained it to me makes it sound like I'm not going through C's loan. I'm going to go through you. Can I have some money?
Well, it was a straight up turn down on the offer.
Okay, well then word it. Okay, as long as it's worded that way.
No, I said due to complications with the offer, I'm emailing to respectfully turn down the loan offer, considering the loan has not begun since there are already complications with the vehicle.
Okay.
So that's already been explained. And if he has a problem with it, the issue I have is that the money I gave C, the 275, was to hold so that he could purchase the vehicle because he was going to see Mr. K and Alan before I was. And I just never got my money back. And he's claiming that that's the money that I gave into the loan now. So if I have to lawyer up, I'll lawyer up. I have no problem with that. Just I don't think that I signed really any true legal binding contract.
No, I mean, I'm with you. And I think Mel will give you the money. And then just let me know. I'm going to go meet up with him right now. And maybe I can talk to him about that.
Just be... He's pissed with me. He doesn't want to deal with me anymore. He thinks I'm some low-life piece of shit. He's like, considering you don't want, you don't give a fuck about me. I'm like, okay.
Just forget Calogero.
Yep.
I understand the reasoning why you wanted to go through him, but like straight up flop, like
He's fucking
the second I see a judge, the judge is giving me 25K, and then I'm gonna try and get the last 20K I need off of someone. I would have had it, but I paid off of all of Elena's cars and house stuff since she's having some difficulty getting into the city for a little bit.
No problem. I mean, listen, I trust you, and I appreciate that you're actually being a friend here and not fucking me with an interest.
Yeah, I'm just straight up giving you the money. I don't want any interest or anything. I'm not a fucking loan shark. That's stupid.
Yeah. And I
get your money back. I'll give you the rest, and then let's get you that car so you can get yourself in the car that you need. This is all very convoluted. I wish it was more easier than.
It should have been easier, and honestly, I literally just drew out a diagram to like prove a point that when you take out C and you realize, I literally like the way that this works out is you're giving me what C was offering me for the loan, and you literally at that point C is literally just 3%. He's nothing else. He's a middleman for money. At that point, if you take him out, there is no more loan. It's a 1-for-1 trade for the car, and everyone's happy.
Yep. Okay.
So,
just let me know, dude. Yep. Just let me know.
Will do.
Hopefully she responds to that very soon.
I would hope. She's currently living in the future, so
okay.
Could be a while. But
all right, dude.
I'll keep you up to date.
Dude.
Have a good one. Bye bye. Oh God, man. What a fucking day for this character, dude. What the hell happened to Flop? Shit. Only person that have a solid grasp on finance would probably be Rhodes because of the recycling center. Well, you see, the thing is, here's the whole catch with this whole thing, though, is you understand where I'm coming from, chat, right? The way that Flop is seeing it is that Calogero really just becomes 3% when Bryce is willing to front the money with a 0% interest because he's getting the car that he wants. The interest is the car at that point. And the interest for me, for Flop, is the car. So at that point, we both have the same interest in mind, and it ends up leveling out. Bryce gets a car that he could sell and make millions, but he's already making good money. He wants to keep the car. Flop is getting a car that he likes and he wants. It's a 4-seater, and it's something that he's going to enjoy. So, if anything, this whole thing is just... Things have changed for Flop. He's in a financially stable situation where he could pay back the loan. He tried to offer something that was, in my opinion, very fair, where Calogero would still be making a profit. And he took the route of, well, no, because the contract.
So Flop said, well, if that's the case, Bryce is willing to front the money with a 0%. And unless Calogero was looking to do 0%, which he's not going to, there's no reason to go to Calogero anymore. Now I want my money back. Is the way that Flop sees this. Hey, what's going on, Izzy?
Hi, how are you?
Oh, I'm doing just splendid. How are you?
That doesn't sound like good doing splendid.
Calogero is a fuck. You know that?
Oh, okay, wow. Okay, what's going on? Oh, we already knew he was a fuck. We
Yeah.
knew that already. We were just told already, I feel like, but you know.
Yeah. So, you want me to paint you the quick picture real quick so you
Yeah,
can...
yeah, go for it.
All right, this is be good. This be good. This be good. So, let me explain this nicely. So, originally, I'm going through Calogero for the loan, right? For the money. The idea with the Lamborghini is that Bryce has that Primo and I like it, and Bryce really wants the Lambo. And I said, I don't know if I can do that because I'm worried about paying back the loan to Calogero. He said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll give you $300,000, but this way you can at least pay Calogero back, and you will be loan free, and you will have a car that you are looking for. I said, okay. And
Yeah.
I said, well, and you want the Lambo, right? He's like, oh yeah, no, I don't plan on selling that. I want that car. I said, okay, perfect. So we have it in both of our best interests. I went to see, and I said, hey, you have me at a 3% interest right now to... so 325 on top of 3%, I'd owe back like 450 to you in total. He goes, yeah. I said, I got a pretty decent offer. I'd be willing to do the 2%, and I'd pay you back entirely. Drop the loan interest, maybe even drop it even lower because I'm paying it back in full right there. That's instant cash in your pocket.
Yeah.
He said, nope, I don't like that. And essentially just said, oh no, it gets better. It gets better. He's upset with it because apparently I already signed a contract that said that apparently I'm going to be owing back the money over a period of time. Now, I didn't explain it very properly to him, but I called him back and clarified it. So he at least understands where I was coming from. I called Bryce and explained to him what the situation was. He said, dude, fuck that. I'm going to give you the 300 grand up front. I'm going to pay you when you get the Lambo, you give it to me, and I will give you the car, and we will do a 1-for-1 trade. No loan, no nothing. You owe no interest. I said, okay. Call back Calogero after we had a falling out. I said, Calogero, I got somebody who's willing to offer me a 0% interest, 1-for-1 for what I plan on doing. I said, and there is no interest now. And he is very upset with that. And apparently, because he was upset because, and I'm going to say this to you, and just please, this doesn't go anywhere, because right now Calogero is, I think, actively wanting to fuck me over.
He does that, he knows where he'll end up.
Well, I turned around and told him flat out, I said, I got a bunch of job offers today. And, or yesterday, I said, I'm very happy. I'm very well suited. I got my expungement. Calogero was originally upset that I got my expungement to begin with, because he didn't want me to get it.
Why?
He didn't want it. He was very upset. He was very taken back by it. And I told him, I said, well, I want to get it. And in the day that I got it, I got 3 fucking job offers, Izzy. I am very happy where I'm at, working jobs that are legal. He was upset today that he said, well, I offered you the same thing, but I see you picked your path. I said, no, I picked my path with legal jobs.
Yeah, he offered you something that's okay.
Yeah. So then he turned around and said, yeah, whatever, Flop. You understand that nothing you're going to be doing is legal. Look at the people you're working for. I said, yeah, what's...
What?
I said,
Wait, what? Wait, hold on. What did he say?
He pretty much said that, you know, none of the jobs I'm working are going to be legal because of the people that are behind the companies. No shit. You know, I was a manager for BBC. Do you know how often I saw Sab pull out a fucking PDAR and say, sorry, I have to leave this meeting early. I have to go help the boys out. I clearly know what I'm getting into.
That's more concerning to me that he's saying that kind of stuff openly. That's what's more concerning about what he just said.
Yeah, well, I'm saying this to you in confidence that you won't say anything
Yeah,
to him.
no, I'm not going to say anything.
I called him back. He said, you got to email Mel about the money. I can't give you back the money, the $275. You understand that the $275 out of my bank account to his account was so that he could talk to Alan, because he was going to be seeing Mr. K and Alan the day I gave him the money. That was about 2 or 3 weeks ago. At this point, there's complications with the car. I said I want my money back. He said, you have to email Mel because you're in the loan. I said, no, I'm in the loan. The moment I have the car in my possession is when the loan starts. I don't have a car. The loan hasn't started.
Yeah, I agree.
So I want my money back. the money that I am owed, the money that is not yours was my money to begin with. The money that you were going to buy the car that day and give it to me the day after, and that never happened. That was 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. So Bryce turned around, said, I don't know why we didn't do this to begin with. I'm giving you the money up front. Tell C you're done. I emailed Mel this whole thing saying due to complications with everything, the loan isn't going to work out, and I'd like my money back. If she ends up turning down that offer, I'm going to turn around and lawyer up, because I didn't actually sign any legal fucking contract. I signed a notepad, and we took a selfie, and he said that that was good enough.
No, that won't hold up. Yeah, you'll win that easy.
So I'm not too worried about getting my fucking money back, but the loan was to begin at the start. And you know what's going to be shitty is when I go to a lawyer and they say, well, where's the contract? And I get to turn around and say, there was no contract. Do you know if there's a thing in Los Santos about a verbal contract? Because
Wait, there is?
I have no idea if there is. I'm just asking if you know at all.
No, all things, whenever I've signed contracts, it has to be signed and everything.
Okay.
Like there has to be an actual contract, like not just on a fucking notepad. They'd be like writing on a napkin and being like, yeah, that's legal. No, it's not.
Yeah, and the thing that I signed at the bank was to sign over my 275 to Calogero to say that I transferred him money. So I don't know what his fucking deal is, but I'm right now I'm really not happy with him. And I'm doing everything in my favor and I drew it out. I literally drew it out, Izzy. In the end, Calogero is literally 3% interest from me. If I take him out, Bryce is willing to give me the same money that Calogero was willing to offer with 0%, which literally deletes Calogero's interest entirely. I'm happy, Bryce is happy, Alan is set, Mr. K is set with the money that he is owed, and everything is fucking good. According to Calogero, that's not good. According to the jobs I got, he claimed to me he's not upset, but clearly he's upset. I told him flat out, I said, you know, the jobs I got, I'm happy with. And he then said, you don't understand what you're getting into. I said, I do. You understand I was a manager for BBC. I was literally a manager.
No.
For
What
an
Calogero should be more worried about is that he's openly saying that places aren't legal. That's gonna, put it this way, if I told the right people that he said that, he'd be fucked.
And I don't want to fuck over Calogero. I
Yeah,
really
I'm not
don't.
going to say that to people, but he doesn't realize that. Think of what if he said that not to just you?
True.
You know,
True.
that doesn't. You're literally selling out other people. What the fuck's that about? Why? How is that any kind of good to be literally telling people, hey, that company who you're working for, who on the front is completely legal, actually isn't? Like, excuse me?
I think his implication was that the people that run the companies have gone to jail and are not legal according to on paper, which I understand where he's getting at there. But at the same time, the way that he worded it and the way that he explained it was a complete direct, like, hey, the company you're working for is illegal. I literally told him about 1068. I said, I'm the 1068 that Alan's got me working for, I'm managing. He goes, do you have any idea about that money? I said, of course I do. I said, in fact, what's amazing about it is the way that I see it right now, because it's in the early steps. Alan is going to be overseeing the entire operation. Alan's going to be the one. Alan works for Sahara. Alan's going to be the one managing the money and the interest rate for Sahara. The only thing he's got me doing is managing the employees and making sure everybody is doing their fucking job. I said, if that sounds like a problem to you, then I don't know what the fuck to tell you. So he's got his own foot up his own ass about that. And at this point, I want my 275 back. I want to be done with it. Calogero thinks I don't give a shit about him, which right now, honestly, I really don't. Because of the way he just treated me.
To me, it just sounds like he's upset that you're literally not under his thumb. That's what it sounds like to me. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like to me that he's upset that you are not under his control, and by that I mean with the money you would have owed him.
Exactly.
I feel like he's mad that he's lost control of something that he might have felt like he had.
That's my concern. All right. And
which is kind of fucking disgusting.
Well,
honestly, it is disgusting.
What's disgusting is that I told him when we started this whole thing, I said, you know my past, right? And he kind of agreed. He said, yes, I know your past. You know my past better than anyone. Okay. I'm not about to fall into that fucking trap again, and I know you aren't either. Alan offered me something and gave me a leadership role in something, gave me an opportunity to show myself. And you know what? For me, that's good. All right? And I called Curtis, and I talked to Curtis because I said, hey, listen, Alan said he was going to front money to the company today. I was supposed to get training, but it didn't happen. Things came up. That's fine. I got no problem with that. And I said, it sounds like I'm going to be working, I guess, close with you guys. And he's like, oh, that's great. That's exciting. You know, I look forward to it. And, you know, I said, yeah, that's great. He said he was going to put money into the account. This way he could start hiring drivers and stuff. And I could work with Alan about the whole Excel sheet and everything. So, like, things are optimistic and things are looking really good. And I'm happy with where I'm at. I'm expunged. I don't have anything on my record. I'm clean. And you want to know something? I maybe have told like 2 or 3 people, and this happened many fucking months ago. But I'm going to ask that you still take it to the grave because I promised Claire I would. And I probably even told you at one point. Claire said something to me. She was going to offer me something. She said, Flop, just so you know, being legal in the city is way more powerful than being illegal. Because you're essentially a ghost. No one even looks at you. I said exactly, and I want to keep it that way. And you know what? Sure, the companies I'm working for, probably not all legal. But you know what? I don't really give a shit. Because my job is legal. What I do is legal. Anything that happens beyond my control is not my control. So I don't really give a shit at that point.
I'm a toxic piece of shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I know what you mean.
So, like, it's not any of my concern to know exactly what is happening with anyone else's company. At that point, I'm doing my job and I'm getting paid for it. And if there's anything that needs to come up, obviously, of course, I would help out Alan with anything. Or whoever else would be running Cluck and Bell, or whoever else would be running 1068. Or, I mean, shit, even Fastlane. Like, I'm willing to help out and partake in stuff if people need my help. But my job is my job at that point. I'm doing something legal. I'm doing something I enjoy. And according to Calogero, that's not good enough. You see, I've thought about this for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Well, if C does anything to you or tries to do anything to you, you tell me, okay? Immediately.
Absolutely. No, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with that. And
because I will stick my stiletto so far up his ass that it will come out of his mouth, okay? Like, I will fuck him up if he touches you.
Done. You know, I trust you with that, and I know you will. I wish Calogero would give me some respect. You know, I feel like I'm being disrespected right now because I didn't take up his offer.
You are being disrespected because he sees you as clearly inferior and as a child, whereas he is the literal child in this situation because he can't accept that things don't always go his way.
It really is a shit situation to be in, and I really, honestly, I hope Calogero could eventually look past, but he had to tell me over the phone. He's like, you know, I'm not upset that you didn't take my offer. I'm like, well, fucking shit, you're not upset. You wouldn't be going through a hissy fit. If I didn't take up the job, I knew
that's a good old. I'm not upset, but I'm just disappointed in you, so I'm gonna manipulate you to make you feel bad that you didn't take my offer.
Yeah, calm down, Thomas.
That's what that is.
I can't with him right now. Honestly, I fucking can't. And you know what? As far as I'm concerned, I don't give a shit what he has to say or do. And I said that, you know, I could be, you know, a man about this and be an adult and go to him and get my money. But if he really wants to play the contract card, I could play the lawyer card all fucking day. I'll pay somebody 30 grand. I'll be negative 30 G's and I won't give a fucking shit. You know what I mean? I don't care. So
yeah, he's the one who talking to me about like doing good business, and here he is like fucking himself from the start. Like,
and you know what? I hate to say it. I think C is capable of doing great business, but I told him at the start. I said I don't think I'm the person. He's like, well, I wouldn't have offered it to you unless. I said, yeah, well, this kind of started with you saying I'm upset that you're getting your expungement. Not his exact wording, but he was concerned that I was getting an expungement. Well, I'm not.
Why would you ever be upset about that? That's what confuses me.
I don't know.
Why would you upset that someone's cleaning their life up? Like,
all I know is that 4 or 5 hours after I got the confirmation of my expungement, I got 3 incredible jobs and 2 of them could very easily go somewhere. Cluck and Bell, I could see going somewhere. 1068 is owned by Mr. K, ran by Alan. I could see that going somewhere. Fastlane is a guarantee via SAB for senior sales. That's a huge position. Those are all good positions. I don't need to get my hands dirty to do any of those. That's the way I see it. I took something illegal and he's upset. So that's the long story as to how how am I right now?
What do you mean?
No, you asked how I am, and I said, oh, just splendid. That's what's
yeah.
so splendid right now. And I'll tell you right now, I don't know what he's entailed and what he's got going on, but I really believe he is the right person. I just think that him going to me is not the right idea. I told him probably not, and I even offered it to him, and he was disappointed that I turned him down, but he was proud of me for making a choice. So it was a weird mix of emotions. It was I'm disappointed, but I'm proud. I'm sorry. Are you upset or are you fucking happy? Like I don't know. You could flip a coin all day. It's never gonna land on its fucking side. See? I don't know, Izzy.
Well, let's focus on getting you that fucking car and then dealing with the thing with Bryce.
I gotta focus. And Alan's already doing me the biggest solid. He's offering me jobs, and he's looking to front literally 200 grand, which I'm like, I don't know how to respond to it other than just to say thank you to him, because he's really doing me a solid. But I'm willing to wait out for Alan. I don't care how long it takes. You know, I'm every time I see him, I'll hang out with him and whatever, and I won't always bring it up, but every once in a while I'll bring it up with him, see how progress is going with it. I know Mr. K is a difficult person to get in touch with.
I'll be a bit of a bug in his side, and I'll poke him about it, because sometimes Alan needs a bit of redirecting, because he kind of gets lost in all the things that he has to do, because he has like a million people calling him at a time. So I'll poke him in the side about it and see if I can get some progress moving.
I appreciate it. My priority right now is I need my money. The money that is owed to me, that was not part of the loan. That money was literally given to C to buy the car that day, and that was 3 fucking weeks ago. So I'm gonna go get my money one way or another.
Yeah, make sure you get it back.
I'll find a good lawyer. I'll even go talk to a lawyer right now about it. This way I have one on fucking retainer. I don't even care.
Yeah, I mean, it's always good to have one and know exactly what you can fuck C over with, if you want to put it that way, because then if C does try and fuck you over,
He's already
you can
fucked me
immediately
over.
respond.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? You can immediately respond with, hey, this is what I'm about to fucking do. You have one last chance to come clean with me and give me my shit back.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna go talk to a lawyer,
Okay.
explain the situation, and I guess I'll keep you up to date. But
Yeah, I'm not doing anything, so I'm just chilling around. See.
shit. All right, I was gonna ask, what are you up to? I feel bad. I just kind of went on a whole spiel with you, but I never
No,
asked
you're fine.
how you were doing.
I'll give me a second. There's a delivery driver at Harmony. Let me just sign the package for him.
Yeah, no problem.
Hello. Hi. You need me to sign for that real quick?
Izzy's an RP here too. I was anyone doing the signing. I'm so happy about that, dude.
Yeah, sorry, I'm on the phone. Let me just sign here real quick. There you go.
Oh my god.
Thank you very much. Okay.
You good?
Yeah, so I was just telling you something for this guy who's delivering.
No, you're good. I'm actually glad that
Okay.
those drivers still take signed deliveries, because a lot of people that come to Harmony, I'm like, hey, you need me to sign? They're like, nope. They go in the back. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm working here. It's probably good to have some logs so you can show your boss, right? No, it's okay. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Hello.
I'll tell you what.
Wait.
I'm on my way to Harmony right now. If you want to go, I'll meet you in a minute.
Bree?
What?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that. I gotta go.
What did you just get involved with? Dude, Izzy was on our side. Calogero's like, okay. You want to laugh? You guys want to laugh? You want to know what just happened? This is bigger than probably most people even realize. I have a dumb smile on my face. This is great. Okay. Sorry. I'm all jittery and excited now. What Izzy just said was, if C fucks you over or lays a hand on you, let me know. AKA Calogero's Coke Connect. Oh god, she's got Flom has C by the ball. Assistant, there we go. Mr. Pike. Assistant District Attorney. Let's go.
Hey, Flop, how you doing?
Doing pretty good, Mr. Pike. Yourself?
Eh, not too bad. It's been a while.
Yeah, it really has, honestly. Holy crap. But what have you been up to? What's new?
Not much. I'm now an assistant district attorney now.
Well, congratulations. I saw the Yellow Page ad. I actually have a question for you.
Yeah, sure. What's up?
I'm trying to figure out if you're able to help me with something legal or if this is a lawyer situation. I'm not very well known with law. Are you able to help me in a case, or is that something that I need to go through a lawyer for?
Is it against PD?
It is not against PD.
It's not against PD. I potentially could.
It's more of a legal thing.
Yeah.
About a binded contract. I signed over money to somebody via check, and I wrote on a notepad and signed it, and then took a selfie with the guy, and the complications came up and I need my money back. It's a couple $100,000, and
Oh, okay.
he's claiming that he cannot give it back over because I signed a contract. And I'm pretty sure I didn't sign any real legal binding contract. I don't know if that was a real legal contract. It was very rushed, and it was signed here on this notepad, and call it good. So is there anything in, I guess, the law about verbal contracts?
So that's tough. It's a very definitely gray because like you guys did sign something, so you're just trying to see if it's like you want to fight that it's legitimate or not, right?
So pretty much what I'm signing, I'll give you basically the whole story. Would you rather meet up in person, or do you think?
Yeah, probably. That would probably be best. Where are you at right now?
I'm up at Harmony Repair. I can meet you wherever though.
I'm actually coming from Polito, so I can actually be there relatively soon.
Okay, perfect, awesome. I'll tell you what, let me meet you somewhere halfway, maybe in Sandy, somewhere just away from Harmony, because I work here and I feel like legal stuff maybe probably should be done at the workplace.
Oh, absolutely.
I'll meet you, I'll tell you what, do you know the gas station in Sandy? The one, actually, meet me at, the bar. That bar, like, off of, what is it called? The Yellow Jack.
Okay, yeah, I can meet you there.
All right, perfect, awesome. I'll see you there in just a few, all right?
All right, sounds good.
All right, bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Do I have Pike in my phone? He knew me and I don't know him. Jesus Christ, I am... Y'all, I am not doing good with this thing right now, okay? Let me tell you something. Blacklit Pike clearly remembers me and has me in his phone. And I Blacklit Pike atta, dude. The whole family is petty. Honestly, I like how petty Flop is. I like that he fits in this family. I love how petty this dude is. Now we wait. All right. Sorry, I was just sending something real quick. Oh my gosh. All right, you're coming from Polito. Oh wait, no, he's probably legal and following the fucking speed limit and doing everything by the books. And Flop is a scumbag piece of shit who clearly just deserves like 1 million tickets and to go to jail. God damn it. Rose pettiness also enables other officers around him to be petty as well. Well, the thing is that the family is petty. All right. Holding hands is a problem. Oh, that's his car. Yo, Aiden, if you ruin my fucking beautiful record now, I will fucking... Flop will cut Kevin. In a video game. Like, Call of Duty.
Hey.
How you doing, Mr. Pike? Oh,
Good, how
nice.
about yourself?
Doing good. I fancy the jacket.
Yeah, same to you.
Hey. Anyway, so let me. I was thinking about it on how to explain this. I think I'm just gonna give this to you like in full. Give you the full story. I'm gonna tell you right now. As of right now, I emailed the person who is running the loan company. So hopefully I can get my money back, and hopefully this will never have to go anywhere. But I figure at least letting someone know in order for legal advice in case this comes back as a no, then I'm at least ready and on standby to file something.
Okay, yeah, that works.
So the gist is that I'm looking to buy a car. Okay.
Alright.
I'm looking to buy a Lamborghini, and I have a buyer, or sorry, excuse me, a seller, and I'm going through somebody else who's selling the car, and I'm gonna give you names because it's gonna be easier if I just give you the names.
All right, yeah, that works.
I have a car that I'm looking to buy with a certain amount of money, and I needed a loan, and I spoke to my friend Alan, who works at Sahara. Do you know Alan?
Yeah, I do. He kind of owns PDM, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Alan had a seller for a Lamborghini for a set amount of money, and I said, well, I would be more than willing to purchase the vehicle. I could do that. I said I need to find somebody who I could loan out about $300,000. So it turns out that what was this again? I turned around, I went to my friend Calogero, and I said, hey, C, your wife has a loan company. Is there any possibility I could go through a loan? He said, sure, let me talk to Mel and I'll get back to you. And it turns out that, we settled on, I gave him it was a $325,000 loan at a 3% interest. So this was before anything kind of got crazy. I gave him out of my bank account $275 and told him, that's part of it for now.
Mm-hmm.
And, because essentially C was going to go to Alan and purchase the car to then give to me, in which the loan was going to start. Now, the reason I did that was because he was going to be seeing the parties involved that day, and I wasn't going to be around. So I signed over a check. I signed that I was giving him over money, and pretty much the gist of it was that the loan is to begin as soon as I am in possession of said Lamborghini. That was about 3 weeks ago. And I gave him the $275 so that he could make the deal that day. And 3 weeks later, here I am without a Lamborghini. So I went to see, and I said, listen, things have changed. I got a couple offers from a few people. I'm working a couple good jobs now. I'm going to be making some decent money, decent cash. Would you be interested in potentially doing money up front at a 2% interest? And his comeback was, well, you already signed a contract. You're already binded to it. So I turned around and said, well, that's not really going to work out because I think that that's a little unfair considering complications have changed. Not to mention that I don't even see a car yet. So the loan hasn't even begun. If anything, the money is on hold and on standby for when the possession of the vehicle is brought upon so that money can be transferred. Going down the line, I spoke to someone else who said, listen, you're taking a loan from Calogero and Mel for their loan company. I'm willing to give you the same amount of money that they're willing to loan to you, except I will give you a 0% interest. I said, okay. Well, the loan hasn't necessarily begun because I don't have possession of the vehicle. I'd like to get my $275 back. So I call up C and I say, hey, maybe you were right. Maybe I should have just found someone else, and I'd like my $275 back. He goes, well, talk to Mel. I can't give you back your money. You signed the contract. To be clear, the contract was a $325,000 loan at a 3% interest. The $275 that I gave Calogero was my money in a check signed over to him because I have to sign the fucking check, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I signed him over the check. The transfer never happened. I am owed $275, And because the loan has not begun yet, I have absolutely no reason to have to owe him a dime because I don't have possession of the vehicle.
No, so he gave. So you're saying he said to? Did he say to you that he gave the money to Mel already?
That I don't know. I don't know if he's in
Okay.
possession or if I believe Mel is in possession of the money. If not, Calogero is, and I told him that I want out because the loan technically has not begun, and the way there was no actual contract to put into exact wording how this was to work out in case I were to bail, which is why I'm very confused as to where I stand on this. What I do know is I'd rather lawyer up now and get a good understanding of this before I get too far in. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get that, and it's just like I guess I'm just trying to understand if like if you gave him $275,000, like he was supposed to essentially just cover the rest up front and give it to Mel, get you the car. Why is there no car? That makes no sense at all.
Exactly.
And like unless if like he came to you and be like, hey, I haven't been able to meet up to get it done, but like then you would assume you would have been communicated on that end, right?
Yeah, so the way that this is working is that Alan is to purchase the vehicle from the seller. Alan was to then give it and sell it to Calogero. Alan was going to pretty much buy the car with this money. Calogero was going to pay him back, and it was going to get sent down the line to me. The person I am going to be trading the car to is willing to front me the $300,000 with 0% interest, which pretty much takes out the 3% loan to begin with. And considering I'm already trading the Lambo to this other person, there's no reason to go through a loan company who's willing to pay off my loan. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and have you tried talking to Mel about getting that back? Or
I sent her an email, and I could send you a copy of the email if you like, so you could read it, so that maybe you can make more sense of the situation.
Yeah, that'd probably help at least a little bit. Because like I'm not the greatest with contract law, I'm gonna be honest, but I know somebody who like is, so I'm gonna probably kind of touch base with them.
Okay. Can I ask for your email real quick? Is that possible?
Yeah. You want me to write it down for you?
That would be preferred, yeah. Oh shit, dude.
All right, there it is. It's on my business card right there.
Oh, this is Oh, I know this guy. I love BM Cloughlin. Hold on. I know this guy. Alrighty, perfect. Let me go ahead and copy over that email real quick, and I will send you a copy.
Sure, sounds good.
That's great. I love BM Cloughlin. Alrighty, let me go ahead and send that over real quick. And you should have gotten it.
Let me check. Here we go. Oh, yep. All right, got it. Just gonna take a quick glance at it.
Let me go and take this call. This is actually Calogero.
All right, sure. Sounds good.
What's going on, C?
I just need your bank account.
I'm sorry?
I just need your bank account. That's it.
192. Hey, hey, Pike.
Yeah.
I just got my $275,000 back.
Oh, there you go. You know what? You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so happy that guy figured out. Hey, there we go. How do you feel?
I feel way better knowing that I just got my money back. Yeah, no, he fucked me because he turned around originally. It was just like, yeah, no. So,
all right, so I do gotta let you know something though. For my legal services, it's gonna cost you $250,000.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, listen. Do you want anything for even coming by to like? Because you did me a favor.
Oh, I'm just giving you shit.
You sure? I mean, listen, you did me a favor to come by and to take time out of your day, so I do appreciate it.
No, not a problem. It was good to catch up too. It's been a long time.
Absolutely,
So-
Pike. You know what, my man? It's been too long. Where have you been?
Kind of just wasn't around the city for a little bit. I
Took some
had to
time.
I had to go back home for a little while, take care of a few things.
I got you.
So,
Yeah, no problem. Well, I mean, listen, it's good to see you back around, and I appreciate it. There's a good chance I'll be coming to you for more illegal stuff. Calogero is not very happy about doing what he just did. I could tell in the tone of his voice, but unfortunately, the way that this works out is oh, and I'm getting a call from my girlfriend. Well.
Oh, there you go.
And
You should,
oh my god,
sorry.
I'm getting a call from everybody right now. Oh my gosh. Let me go and let you go because I just realized the time. Let me go and take this, all right?
Yeah, sure thing.
Mr. Pike,
Everyone.
I will talk to you soon, okay?
All right, sounds good.
You take care. Thank you. What's up, Emma?
Hello, Mr. Dugong. How are you today?
I am doing fantastic, actually. How are you?
There is a new scarf in the closet that I grabbed, and I was super happy about it. And then I tried to video call you, and it really didn't work out. And I just had Jace in the background saying that he's my new boyfriend and being a weirdo.
Who?
Petra, Dr. Petra.
Oh, another doctor.
Yeah.
Man, all the doctors want you, Emma. Jeez. It's unfortunate that I'm not Dr. Dugong.
No, it's fine. I actually got asked to do med school, but I don't think I'll do it.
Oh.
I don't have the freedom that I do have, like, physical therapy. Like, I would actually stay at the hospital all day, and if I don't, I get strikes, so.
I got you. Well, listen, you know what? I get it. You know, I know a lot of people that work at the hospital but don't want med school, so I get it. I get it. But anyway,
What are you doing?
I just got done speaking to a lawyer. I just got my loan back from Calogero, so I no longer owe a loan to him or Melanie. Everything is set in stone and everything is good.
Wait, how did that happen?
Pretty much somebody's willing to offer me the same amount of money I was going to loan out from Calogero, but they're willing to give me the $300,000 up front, 0% interest, so I don't owe anything back to anyone. I got rid of my loan.
Oh, that's nice.
No,
See,
I'm-
basically the contract's void now.
Null and void. I literally in the middle of talking to a lawyer because if Calogero was not willing to give me back my money.
Go talk to the lawyer.
No. I was gonna say, I was in the middle of talking to a lawyer when Calogero called me and said, "I just need your bank account." And he gave it. I gave it to him. He hung up, and in the middle of the lawyer reviewing the information, I got the money wired to my account, and that's it. Done. I no longer have the loan to owe back to anyone. And if for any reason anything does come up, I have the ADA who is on my side with this, who's willing to preside by the case in case Mel tries to push for any kind of payment.
Percents,
Yeah. Because the loan was supposed to begin at purchase of the vehicle in my possession. So far, the vehicle hasn't got anywhere, and no one is fronting anything for a car. So there's no reason for Calogero to hold my money, and there's no reason to sit and wait on a loan that could take months. You know what I mean?
Yeah, good point.
So I got rid of it. Bryce is willing to offer me $300,000, 0% interest, because we're doing a trade for the car. The interest for both of us is that I want his car and he wants my car, and that's the only interest. He's paying money up front, and all is good. We're going to be essentially both happy. I'm going to be debt-free. He's going to be in a car he likes. I'm going to be in a car I like, and all is going to be
That's
good.
so cool.
Yeah. No,
That's super cool.
no more middleman.
Nice. I got my giant truck, which everybody keeps saying really fits me.
Oh, it does. I love it. It's great. And what you did with it was phenomenal.
I told you I'm good at designing cars, okay? I'm
You-
good
you
at like
are.
decorating them.
That's why I haven't touched the Buffalo. I love the way it looks. I don't want to mess up the paint or anything. Everything you had done to it looks phenomenal.
Yep, I'm good at that.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Well, it sounds like you're doing good.
Yeah, no, things are going really good. I'll catch up with you real quick. I'll come over by the hospital. I gotta return a phone call real quick. There is only very limited time right now, so let me go ahead and call.
Go do your jobs. Let's go by.
Yeah. I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Okay. Izzy said something, dude. Izzy fucking said some shit.
Izzy fucking said some shit. I know she did, and I can tell in Calogero's voice by the tongue bite that Izzy said some shit. What did you say to him? He was not happy.
What did I say to him?
Uh-huh.
Not really much. He just obviously, I defended you and he got pissy about it.
Well, he turned around, he called me, and all I heard was, all I need is your bank account. I'm like, oh, okay. 196, 270. I was in the middle of talking to the fucking ADA. He was reviewing the email I emailed to Mel to get out of the loan. He fronted my money, and that's the end of it. Bryce is gonna offer me the 3 up front. I gotta call him and let him know. But whatever you said and however you defended me, it was enough to get him to bite.
I think it's because apparently he said that he spoke to both Tessa and Bryce about it, and all of them basically said the same. All of us basically said the same thing of like, he's kind of in the wrong, and I don't think he's happy about that.
Oh, what's that? See?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. Listen, if the contract is to start at possession of the vehicle,
I already explained all this to him, and he was like, yeah, but the paperwork and all that is like, do you think it's just free labor? And I'm like, no, but that's a discussion you need to have, not whine about it. Like, But he doesn't see it. He says that you disrespected him because you apparently shouted at him about Vinny or something, that he was going to go behind your back to buy a Datsun, but he wasn't, or some shit.
Okay. So what I said to him, he said, well, what the fuck are you going to do? You think you're just going to get the car now? I said, no. Worst case scenario, if I don't get the Lamborghini, because I kind of bullshit him a little bit. I lied to him a little bit. I said, no. If Mr. K does not want to sell his Lamborghini, Vinny is more than willing to sell me a Datsun for 600 grand up front. And I am more than willing to pay the money for that. And the way that it worked out was that, you know, I told him, I said, I have a backup plan, because he wanted to try and get me with a, you know, ha, gotcha. Oh, well, what are you going to do if you don't have the money now for the Lamborghini? And what if Mr. K doesn't want to sell it now? What if everything doesn't work out? I'm like, well, then Vinny already offered me the car. So, and he's like, you think it's just going to be that easy? I said, actually, see, yes, I think it is going to be that easy. When Vinny says, call me back if you want the car, yeah, I think it's going to be that fucking easy. So he was not very psyched about that. So if he thinks I'm undermining him in that way, then no, that's not a level of disrespect. He wanted to know what my plans were if I got the money back. I said, I have my fucking plans and I have them straight. That was all.
Well, he did say something to me which kind of concerns me. He said, why don't I just buy the Lambo? And
Yeah.
I said, you're not buying that fucking Lambo. And he said, why not?
Honestly, if he really wanted to do that, and he, you know, this is going to be another Calogero, I'm going to prove a point to you. If you want to have a nice conversation with Alan about Calogero, I mean, feel free. Because I think you understand where I'm going with this.
To me, my concern is that he's spouting all this stuff about Mr. K when he really shouldn't be.
Originally, he was never supposed to know the seller. So he's a piece of shit for that.
It's more the fact that he's saying that he's being like, oh, he said, Bob's working for Mr. K, who isn't legal by any means. And everyone knows that. Of course they do. They're not exactly quiet about it, what they do, you know? And he's like, he's working for Mr. K, which is an illegal thing. I was going to give him something legal. And I was like, but why are you going to give Flop something legal? And he was like, yes. And he was like, but some other things weren't going to be. And I'm like, well, there you go. You weren't going to give him something legal. It doesn't matter who he works for. Nothing in this city is 100% legal if you go to the roots of everything. Nothing is. It's just how the city works. Everything is filled with corruption from the top to the bottom in some kind of way. You can never escape that. So don't think you're all high and mighty giving Flop this position when you're not. And that's the position he's put himself in, is this big top, like, oh, I was going to get Flop on this. And he starts going on about how, oh, you know, he was supportive of you and Emma, and that he gave you a car to go on a date with. And I'm like, so did I. I'm like, I did too. It doesn't make you any better. Like,
he really just, he really is a power trip, isn't he?
And then he was like, yeah, he even said about that. He was like, people have said I've changed since I kind of beginning of this stuff. And I'm like, you haven't changed. People have just noticed it more because you're being louder about it. And I didn't say that to him because he was just getting so angry, and I was in a car with him alone, and I was just like, look, I can't be bothered to keep going and piss him off anymore. But
what's up, Angel? How you doing?
he was just furious, and I'm like, well,
Well, here's the thing, and I don't remember if I told C this. I don't think I did. I actually think I kept this part out, and I hope I did. I really don't remember. Mr. K wants to get rid of that car for $800,000. Alan's willing to front that. Do you really think C is going to put $800,000 up front for Mr. K?
yeah, no.
And honestly, if he does, it's to prove a fucking point. And you know what? If he does,
yeah,
guess what? I
he
get the
was,
dust from Vinny.
That's true. He was pissed that you're taking the money from Bryce. He was like, "What's the difference?" I'm like,
3%.
"There is a difference." Yeah, I was
3%.
like, I was like, to you, between you and Flop, it's a debt. Between Flop and Bryce, it's friends helping friends. So there is a difference.
Yeah, no, I kind of feel like I'm getting fucked over when I turn around. I'm like, listen, man, I'm willing. I literally offered him 2% money up front. 2% money up front. He would still be getting money. He would get instant bam profit right there. I'd give him that. He could not accept that because we had a contract signed already. And he's like, you got to talk to Mel. I'm like, well, I don't know what to tell you. I'm being offered 0%. So unless, you know, like, what the fuck's the deal right now, see? So, you know, the way I looked at it was I gave him an ultimatum where he would still be making money, but that wasn't good enough for him. At that point, there's nothing I could do. So yeah, no, do I think he's gonna buy the fucking car for Mr. K? Yeah, probably. And that's only gonna piss me off.
Trust me, I'll make sure that doesn't happen.
Okay.
I'll put some words in places, and I will try and, well, I can't guarantee that I won't make sure, but I will try my damn best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I don't think... I think C's petty enough because he's been petty in the past like that. And honestly, if he gets it, so fucking be it. At that point, I will figure out some form or way of fun to buy Bryce's car from him. But I know he wants that Lambo, and I have Bryce calling me, so I might give him a call real quick and just let him know everything that's going on, because we only have a couple minutes. So let me do that.
Yeah, go for it.
And we will talk soon. All right? I appreciate it, Izzy. Put in a good word, and I'll talk to you. All right?
Yeah, I might not see Alan for a little bit because he's stuck in some dungeons.
Yep. No problem. Whenever that comes to fruition, you know. But,
yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you.
See you later.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing, Angel? How are you doing? How you been? I hope you're well. So good to see you on the server.
Bryce Miller, it's snowing.
Yeah, it is. Your boy got
Update me.
Your boy got his money back because I was in the middle of talking to the ADA, getting a case set up in case he turned around and said, go fuck yourself. And he wired me the money. And I guess he was talking to somebody, cough, cough, Izzy, and was venting about it. And said, well, then why don't I just buy the fucking car? And honestly, what concerns me is that I think that he would. And Izzy is ensuring that she will talk to Alan.
I don't think he would, because then he'd be screwing me out.
I don't think he sees the bigger picture, though. He hasn't seen the bigger picture to begin with. Because to me, between me and C, it's a debt. Between you and me, it's friends helping friends. And I appreciate that way more than a 3% interest to help out someone's fucking startup company.
Tessa and I talked to him about it, and it was a very interesting conversation where he was getting very frustrated that we weren't seeing things his way. I mean, if he buys the car himself, then that's pretty scumbaggy. Maybe he'll offer it to me for a 3% interest.
Yeah, maybe. Who the fuck knows at
but
this
honestly,
point?
you know, the more I think about it, I don't think he'll, I don't think he would care about screwing me over. I think he would just do it just to make a point to you.
That's exactly my point, is I think he actually would. And that's why it's fucked. But the thing, and don't forget, I'm going to have to talk to Alan as soon as fucking possible, because Alan already said that he'd be willing to offer the 8 right up front for the card.
All right, well, talk to Mr. K about it after Susu, or email Alan, or not email, call him or text him, or get Izzy to call him or text him, or throw Izzy on him.
Yeah, I just got off the phone with Izzy to call you. I told her, and she said, don't worry, I will talk to Alan and put in a good word.
All right, dude.
So, as long as Calogero doesn't fuck me over now, because he'd be fucking you over and fucking a lot of people over, it would make him look like a petty son of a bitch, and really, I would have some gripe with him on that, but
Yep. You waking up again?
actually, I just might.
Okay. Well, if you do, I'm around and we can talk more about it, okay?
All right, no problem. I'll talk to you then.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Oh my God, Angel, I'm great, dude. I'm doing great. Things just got spicy. Oh, dude, this car handles so well in the snow. It's so fun. Oh, it handles so well, dude. This is the car I want. This is the car I want. It's petty war. No, it's not petty war. It's a petty person. Calogero is being petty about it and trying to prove a point that, well, I could just buy the car. Yeah, and you'd be a piece of shit for that because you were supposed to never know about the seller. The whole point of me giving you the money. The way I see this is Calogero doesn't know how to structure this in court RP. Oh, I love this mayor. I love all this. But the thing is that to Calogero, this is not just a petty war. To Calogero, this is proving a point regardless of what it takes. He is willing to literally go to any fucking mile for it. And the problem with that is that it makes him look like a piece of shit to everyone else. And you know what? If he does it, he does it. And, you know, Flop will obviously curse him out about it because, you know, it's fucked at that point for him. But, oh my gosh, dude.